Have you ever wished you could just pause time? Stop the world, take a breath, and maybe get a little extra work done. That's what Ilara wanted, more than anything. She was a brilliant, but perpetually overwhelmed student, always drowning in deadlines and expectations. One rainy afternoon, while exploring a dusty old antique shop, she found it a beautiful, ornate pocket watch, intricately carved with gears and stars. The shopkeeper, a man with eyes that seemed to hold centuries of stories, sold it to her for a single worn-out coin. He just said, "Be careful what you wish for, little one." Every tick has its tock. Ilara didn't think much of his cryptic warning. Back in her cluttered dorm room, she discovered the watch's secret. A tiny, almost hidden button on its side. With a trembling finger, she pressed it, and the world stopped. The rain outside hung in mid-air like strings of diamonds. The frantic ticking of her alarm clock went silent. Her roommate was frozen. Mid-laugh, Ilara was free. At first, it was a dream come true. She used the frozen moments to finish impossible assignments, catching up on weeks of lost sleep. She'd stop time to read entire books in the library, to wander through silent city streets, to watch the sun hang motionless in the sky. She aced her exams, her professors praised her, and for the first time she felt on top of the world. She was invincible. But power, especially absolute power, always comes with a price. Ilara started noticing little things. A flicker of grey in her vibrant red hair, a new, faint line etched beside her eyes. At first, she dismissed it as stress, but it got worse. One day, after a particularly long pause, a whole week, she'd be stolen from the world to prepare for a major presentation. She looked in the mirror and gasped. The face staring back wasn't a young student. It was older, tired. The grey in her hair was now a stark streak. She realized with dawning horror. While the world was frozen, she wasn't. Time stolen from everyone else was being taken directly from her. Every second she paused was a second she aged. The shopkeeper's words echoed in her mind. Every tick has its tock. Panic set in. She tried to stop using the watch, to live in the normal flow of time, but the temptation was too strong. A deadline loomed, a difficult conversation she wanted to avoid click. Time stopped, and a little more of her youth vanished. She became a ghost in her own life, watching her friends laugh and live, while she was secretly trading her own future for a perfect present. But she grew distant, her stolen moments creating a chasm between her and everyone she cared about. They saw a brilliant, successful young woman. She saw a fraud, rapidly aging, her life force draining away with every press of a button. The breaking point came during a visit home. Her mother, her face etched with worry, gently touched the grey streak in her hair. "You look so tired, sweetheart," she said, her voice full of love. "Are you taking care of yourself?" In that moment, looking at her mother's loving, naturally aging face, Ilara saw the beauty in the passage of time, the shared moments, the laughter, the tears, the growth that was life. It wasn't about having infinite time to be perfect. It was about using the finite time you have to be present, to be real. She was sacrificing her future with the very people she was trying to impress. With a heavy heart, Elara returned to the city. She found the antique shop again, nestled between two modern buildings, as if it existed outside of time itself. The old shopkeeper was there, polishing a silver locket. He looked up as she entered, a knowing, gentle sadness in his eyes. She didn't have to say a word. She placed the watch on the counter. It looked as beautiful and as tempting as the day she found it. "I understand now," she whispered, her voice cracking. "The price is too high." He simply nodded, taking the watch and placing it back in a velvet-lined box. "Time is a gift," he said softly, "not a tool. It's meant to be shared, not stolen." Walking out of the shop, Elara felt a profound sense of relief. The world seemed brighter, more vibrant. The sound of the ticking clock in her dorm room was no longer a threat, but a comforting rhythm, the heartbeat of a life she was ready to live. She didn't ace every single test after that. She missed a deadline or two. She was sometimes overwhelmed, but she was also there. She was present for late-night talks with her roommate, for spontaneous coffee dates, for long phone calls with her mum. She embraced the messy, unpredictable, beautiful flow of life. She learned that the most precious moments aren't the ones we steal, but the ones we choose to live in, fully and completely, with the people we love. Because in the end, it's not about how much time we have, but how we choose to spend it. What do you think? If you had a time-stopping watch, would you use it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a fascinating question about what we truly value. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales that make you think. See you next time.